Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats Catamount Reflections presented by WeTV. In the Catamount Reflections series, we are chatting with some of our amazing basketball players at Western Carolina University to reflect on their season and WCU careers thus far. Today's guests are AC Carter and our first three-time Chats with Cats guest, Nicole Azar of the women's basketball team. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We'll go ahead and get this started. Go ahead and please tell us a little bit about yourselves and your positions for the team this season.
You go first.
I'll go first. I'm AC. I'm a guard. Well, I'm a guard and a post. And yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I did my undergrad at Georgia Tech, and then now I'm a graduate student in the sports management program here. And yeah.
And I'm Nicole Azar. I'm a senior. I'm also from Atlanta. We actually went to the same high school.
Did it?
And I'm a guard on the team. And I'm also getting my master's in sports management.
Thank you both. I'm also getting my master's in sports management. Crazy. Definitely didn't already know that. As fans may or may not be aware, as you mentioned, the two of you have a history together, having grown up playing alongside each other before playing at Western. How has it been from growing up playing basketball together into this year getting to play alongside each other one more year?
It's been crazy because I didn't think that we would ever get to play together again. Yeah. So it's been pretty cool. Like once we finished playing in high school, I was kind of like, oh, that was our last game together, and that last game together was bad.
It was long.
It was not, we did not end on a good note. So to have
it was a state championship we lost.
Don't go any further.
I know.
And so to be able to play together again has been pretty cool, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because I actually ended up transferring schools.
Yeah.
And so for her senior year and my junior year, we didn't get to play together. Mm-hmm. So this has kind of been like that year that we missed out on.
We got it back. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, it's really special because we've played together since we were like middle school.
Yeah, I've known her for a long time.
Yeah.
For a decade now.
Yeah.
And our families are close, like I'm real close.
We've been snowed in together.
Yes.
We built this.
We did build some. Yeah.
We've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
So getting this last year together has been really special. Not everyone gets that.
Yeah, for sure.
Thankful for it.
Yeah, I think looking at it as that last year, getting that back is also a really cool way to look at that. And also it's very unique to get to have college basketball together after growing up playing together. Last year, or on our last men's basketball team, they were here for 2 or 3 years, but we had Russ and Trey, similar kind of thing. They were separated into different schools, but then they came back together at Western. And so I think that's props to Western for bringing people back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And kind of along those lines, what made Western and this team different over this past season than other SoCon schools?
I think the community here is really, really special. You have a small town and a school right in the middle of it. So the support from the whole town, I think, is really, really special. And, everyone comes to all the games, the football games, the basketball games. And I think the community is just really great here. So that's what I would say, the support from the community.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Just the people here are very nice. I haven't had a bad encounter with anyone, win or lose. The fans are still for us and still support us. So, yeah.
I think that's something that, again, does come with the small school, having the fans that are a lot more dedicated and supportive of our teams. And kind of also with that and this new team and all of that, what do you think Catamount Nation has to look forward to with Coach Sip here, having been here for his first season?
For more wins, I feel like he's definitely changed the culture from what it was before, and he's continuing to make changes and just bring his impact, his influence. And he's very much a community person. He cares about the community too. So I would say he's going to get involved with the community and get the players involved with the community. So yeah, you can expect that from him.
I think he brings a lot of energy too and enthusiasm and stuff in practice.
Yeah. I think that bleeds through into the games as well. Having been to all but one of the home games this season, seeing his energy on the sidelines at every single game, even if we're down, unfortunately, he'll still be right there, full energy.
He stands up the whole game. He doesn't. I don't think I've seen him sit down. He will not take a rest. He's right there with us. So yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah,
very glad to have him here. And Chloe, What is one game from this past season that each of you will remember most fondly?
I got one.
You got yours?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say playing at Tennessee on the Summit Court, that was, I mean, even though we lost, like, just getting to play at Tennessee is, like, truly, like, one of the coolest places that you could play with Pat Summitt being the coach there. And, you know, like, what she's done for the women's game, like, I think that's, like, every girl's dream to, like, get to play on that court. I think that was probably my favorite game. That was a cool experience.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that because that is a good point. And that was a really cool experience. Just like knowing people who played there, having coaches who played there, and it's legendary, like, you know, Pat Summitt, and being able, also on that trip, we went to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame and just seeing the history there in Knoxville, was pretty cool. So that's something I'd probably never forget too.
Yeah. I think any place that is doing a lot to like increase anything for women's basketball and women's sports in general is like really special. And that kind of points me into another question. Recently, we've seen increased exposure for women's sports, especially women's basketball, with players like Caitlin Clark entering the scene. But we still have a long way to go, even with collegiate sport. What do you think that fans at like WCU specifically and beyond can do to increase like the exposure, the promotions, the support for women's athletics?
I mean, I think it's a really exciting time for women's sports and women's basketball. And, you know, like as female athletes ourselves, we've grown up watching women's basketball, and to see other people get as excited about it as we are, I think has been really cool. So just continuing to watch women's sports and support women's sports, and, you know, we'll give it our all and give it our best. And I mean, it's fun to watch and people are excited about it. So just continue supporting it and watching it.
Yeah, I would say continue supporting it and, you know, exposing more people to it. I feel like I've seen a lot more games on, like, being aired on TV now than I have before. I'm like, wow, they're airing this game. And it doesn't have to be like a top team either. It can be a smaller D1 school and they're still airing it. So just exposing people to it and just letting them know, like, hey, you know, there's a sport out there, the women are playing it, and we're dominating, and it's evolving. So yeah, it's growing. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, I think Western does like what they can, obviously, to promote the women's athletics, and like softball, soccer. Obviously, they have a lot with soccer, with them being the champions of the season twice in a row. But I think that, again, there's a lot of work to do. As long as fans are willing to support, then I hope that things get a lot better for that as well. But then next question, kind of changing topic, what comes next for you two after graduating with your master's degrees here at WCU?
The real world. I definitely want to stay in the athletics field. I'm not sure if I want to go play professionally yet, but that's something I'm still like kind of trying to figure out. But yeah, I would like to work in operations of some sort with sports, or maybe even coaching. So yeah.
Yeah, when I'm done with school, I definitely want to work in college athletics. I actually have spent the past 2 years being a student worker in the Western Carolina athletic offices. So I think that's kind of like helped me decide that like that's definitely something that I want to do and I think I can be good at.
And having that experience on the like front end in front of everybody in athletics also gives you a lot of like insight into the behind the scenes. So I think that's, and also obviously with both of you doing sports management, makes sense a lot as well. And then obviously we do have the SoCon tournament coming up just a couple days after this interview comes out, actually. What do you think fans of Catamount women's basketball can expect going into the tournament?
I would say grit. These past few games we've played, I feel like we've been playing with a lot of grit, and these games have been games that are very capable of winning. So, and we've already got it in our heads, like no matter who we play, like anybody can get it, going in with the same energy. No matter if it's a top seed, like it doesn't matter who it is, we still want to play with some grit and just give it our all. So you could definitely expect like a fight.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to like who wants it more, and I think we're so close. Like we have played some really good games these past couple of games. I think we just need to finish it out, and I think that it really comes down to who wants it the most, and I think that we want it and we're ready for the tournament.
Yeah.
Super excited to see everything that happens. For the women's basketball tournament, especially with games like Senior Day and with like UNCG being very close with, again, the top seed of women's basketball for the SoCon. But that does kind of push us into one of our last couple questions. Instead of having the lightning round that we've had this year, we do have just an off-topic question. So what is one thing outside of basketball that fires you up and you could talk for hours about? During last year's senior send-offs, answers have included things like animals, music, life in general, religion, and politics.
I would say food. I love food. I like trying new foods. I get excited about foods that I haven't tried and new restaurants. And yeah, I would say food and music. I love music too. So yeah.
I would say probably my TV shows. I like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, just all the Bachelors. I like those. I could talk about those for a while. Grey's Anatomy. What else do I watch?
You watch a lot of crime docs.
Yeah, I do. We
True
used to
crime.
actually watch.
Yeah, I'm so big on the true crime. Yeah,
We
Law and Order.
yes, we
True
would grow up.
crime
We would
docs.
watch Law and Order. We would watch Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
We probably shouldn't have been watching that.
Yeah, she has bad nightmares.
I would get really scared.
but I'm fine. Like,
Yeah, and she would tell me to be quiet. But we did love watching those shows growing up.
It's very interesting to hear the like non-athletics related things that people will talk about, because sometimes you don't necessarily expect, like last year Kamar Robertson just randomly started going off about animals, like, you know. It's fun to hear. But that does get us to our very last question to close us out. Finally, what would you like to say to Catamount Nation at the end of this season or your time here at WCU?
I would say thank you for welcoming me into this community, being so nice to me, supporting me, for showing up to games, you know, bringing signs, you know, just everything. Thank you. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, I would also just say thank you. You know, when I entered the portal, I didn't really know what to expect, like when I came here, and it's just like been like a really amazing experience and something I wouldn't trade for the world. I've met some amazing people here and built really amazing relationships and kind of like found myself here. So just thank you to Western and Western athletics, Western basketball. Like, it's really been a great experience for me. Yeah.
Thank you both for coming on the show today for Catamount Reflections. That is about it for the interview. Remember, everybody watches women's sports, and go Cats.